Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the world of copper and zinc with a very special guest from history, the 1991 cent coin. You might have seen this penny in your pocket change, or maybe it's lying unnoticed in a dusty old jar. But what if I told you this ordinary-looking coin could be worth far more than just 1 cent? Stick around as we uncover the full history, the real value, and the jaw-dropping prices some of these coins have fetched in recent times. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Let's begin with a little history. The 1 cent coin has been a staple of American currency since 1793. But the 1991 cent coin, minted primarily in Philadelphia and Denver, holds a unique place in the Lincoln cent series. This coin continues the design that began in 1959 to celebrate the 150th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. The obverse features the famous bust of President Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, crafted by Frank Gasparo. Now, what makes the 1990 cent truly interesting is the transition it represented in the U.S. Mint's practices. By this year, the U.S. Mint was producing coins using a copper-plated zinc composition, a change that began in 1982 due to rising copper costs. That means, while older cents were mostly solid copper, the 1990 version consists of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. Another thing to note is that no mint mark on a 1990 penny means it was struck in Philadelphia, while a small D mint mark below the date signifies it came from Denver. In terms of circulation, the 1990 penny was incredibly common. The U.S. Mint produced over 6.8 billion of these coins in Philadelphia and nearly 5.2 billion in Denver. Yes, that's over 12 billion coins in total. With such high numbers, you might think every 1990 penny is just pocket change, but that's not the whole story. Among the billions, there are rare variations and minting errors that turn these everyday coins into valuable collectibles. And here's where things get exciting. Certain 1990 cents, particularly proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, have some serious value if they're missing the S mint mark. These so-called no-S proof 1990 Lincoln cents are among the rarest and most desired coins in the entire series. Part 3. The famous 1990 NOS proof cent, 411 to 630. So, let's talk about that legendary coin, the 1990 no-S proof Lincoln cent. In 1990, proof coins were struck in San Francisco and should bear an S mint mark. But a very limited number of proof coins were accidentally struck without that mint mark, making them incredibly rare and valuable. Only 200 to 300 examples are believed to exist. These coins were never meant to be released and were sold in special U.S. Mint proof sets, making them collector's gold. In fact, one of these coins sold at auction for over $17,000. That's right. A coin that looks like an ordinary penny could actually be worth more than a brand new car. If you come across a proof coin dated 1990 with no mint mark and mirror-like surfaces, do not spend it. It could be your lucky break. Now let's talk about the everyday 1990 cents, the ones with and without a mint mark that you might find in your change. A circulated 1990 penny is typically worth its face value, 1 cent. However, uncirculated examples or those in high mint state grades like MS65 and above can fetch between $1 to $10 depending on the condition and mint. From Philadelphia, a well-preserved MS67 coin might sell for around $15 to $30. From Denver, high-grade specimens can also range between $10 to $25. Coins with full red luster, no scratches, and strong strike quality are more valuable to collectors. If you're lucky to find a 1990 D penny in MS68 red condition, it could even fetch up to $200 at auction. But here's the twist: error coins are where things get wild. Double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other minting mistakes can send the value soaring. One known 1990 penny with a double die obverse sold for over $500. Part 5. How to spot valuable 1990 pennies, 831 to 1010. Now you must be wondering, how do I know if my 1990 penny is worth big money? Let me break it down for you. Check for the mint mark. A 1990 proof penny without an S is extremely rare and valuable. Examine the coin's surface. Mirror-like surfaces usually indicate a proof coin. Look for errors, doubling, off-center strikes, and cracks are signs of valuable mint errors. Grade the condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Red coins in mint state condition are top tier. Use a magnifying glass and a scale. A copper 1990 penny would weigh 3.11 grams. A zinc one weighs 2.5 grams. If you find a 1990 penny that weighs like a copper one, you may have a rare transitional error. So, next time you pick up a penny, especially a 1991, take a closer look. It might not just be spare change. It could be a collectible gem hiding in plain sight. The history, the mint errors, the rare proof varieties, all make the 1990 Lincoln cent a fascinating treasure in American numismatics. Make sure to check your coin jars, piggy banks, and old collections. You never know, you might just find a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1991 cent coin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more awesome coin videos. Share this video with your friends and family. They might be sitting on a fortune too. Tell us in the comments, have you ever found a rare penny in circulation? Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy coin hunting! Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we dive deep into the incredible story of a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket or your old piggy bank, the 1986 1-cent coin. What seems like an ordinary penny could hold more history and value than you ever imagined. So sit tight, because by the end of this video, you'll know everything about the 1986 1-cent coin, its rich history, the hidden gems to look for, and how much it can actually be worth today. Let's get into it. The 1986 1-cent coin, often referred to as the Lincoln cent, carries a legacy that stretches back nearly a century. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, designed to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first United States coin to feature a real person, and it marked a revolutionary change in American coinage design. Fast forward to 1986. The Lincoln penny remained an iconic symbol of American currency. By this time, the coin had undergone some changes. The reverse design featuring the Lincoln Memorial was introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday, replacing the original wheat ears design. This reverse continued into 1986, meaning that the coin from this year features Lincoln's portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. The 1986 penny was struck during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, a time when America was navigating economic challenges and technological advancements. While millions of these coins were minted, not all were created equal. Some have errors, others have pristine conditions, and a few are now worth far more than just 1 cent. Let's talk about mint marks and minting numbers. The 1986 1-cent coins were minted at 3 major mints: Philadelphia Mint, with no mint mark; Denver Mint, marked with a small letter D; San Francisco Mint, which produced proof coins and carried the S mint mark. Here are the mintage figures: Philadelphia Mint, over 4.5 billion coins; Denver Mint, over 4.1 billion coins; San Francisco Mint, proof coins approximately 3 million coins. That means nearly 9 billion 1-cent coins were produced in 1986. But quantity does not always mean lack of value. Some coins from this year are considered highly collectible due to errors, pristine conditions, and specific mint marks. In terms of composition, the 1986 penny was made mostly of zinc with a thin copper plating. This change occurred in 1982, when the U.S. Mint shifted from 95% copper to a core of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper to cut costs. So, the 1986 penny is lighter than earlier pennies, weighing about 2.5 grams. On the obverse, we see the timeless image of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor D. Brenner. It includes the inscriptions, Liberty, the year 1986, and the motto In God We Trust. On the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, is the Lincoln Memorial. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, an incredible detail for such a small coin. Now here's where it gets exciting. Some 1986 1-cent coins have errors that make them highly valuable. These minting mistakes are sought after by collectors and can fetch a good price. Let's explore a few types of known errors. Double die obverse. This is when the obverse side shows a doubling effect, especially visible on the date, or the inscriptions like Liberty, or In God We Trust. Off-center strike. A coin that is not properly aligned when struck. The more off-center it is, the higher its potential value. Clipped planchet. A portion of the coin is literally clipped off, usually due to a mistake in the punching process. Die cracks and cuds. Raised lines or lumps that appear due to damage in the minting dies. These are sometimes minor but can increase value depending on severity. Transitional errors. Although rare for 1986, if a copper planchet from before 1982 was used by mistake, such a penny could weigh more and be significantly more valuable. So, how much is a 1986 1-cent coin really worth today? A regular circulated 1986 penny without any errors is typically worth face value, just 1 cent. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher, can be worth between $1 and $5. A proof coin from San Francisco in pristine condition can fetch anywhere from $3 to $15. Error coins can go for much more. A double die obverse, depending on the severity and condition, can bring in $50 to $100 or more. An off-center strike or clipped planchet penny can sell anywhere between $20 to $200 depending on the rarity and condition. And if you're one of the extremely lucky few to own a 1986 penny mistakenly struck on a copper planchet from the early 1980s, the value could shoot into the thousands. Wondering if your 1986 penny is worth a fortune? Here's what you can do. Check the mint mark. Look under the date on the coin. D for Denver, no mark for Philadelphia, and S for San Francisco. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling, misalignments, cracks, or odd shapes. Weigh your coin. A standard 1986 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours weighs around 3.1 grams, you might have a rare copper planchet penny. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare or error coin, get it authenticated and graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Collectors love the 1986 penny not just because of its age, but because of the mysteries it might hold. It's a reminder that even a small coin can carry big stories, historical weight, and potential value. Always store your coins properly in holders or albums to protect their condition. If you're just starting out, the 1986 penny is a great place to begin your journey into coin collecting. And remember, coins are not just currency, they're artifacts of history, culture, and craftsmanship. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new or think you might have a valuable 1986 penny in your collection, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome content on rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable finds in everyday change.